Okay, guys, I like to feature some of these flatards that you have never seen. And here's one that calls herself Tip of the Day. And she thinks that we need a container to have gas pressure. Let's listen.
So, everyone wants to know why we have a pressure gradient, how we can have a pressure gradient with the higher pressure next to a lower pressure system that does not have any.
Okay, we don't have a higher pressure system next to a lower pressure system. Space is really low pressure. And when you get below that, it's a little less, a little more, a little more, a little more, a little more. Then you get to sea level, and then you have what you would call high pressure. Nobody says we have high pressure next to low pressure. That's stupid.
Any seeable or visible container. And I say that it is because we have a controlled container. The container that the air is in, that our atmo plane is
I say we have a controlled container. What the hell does that mean? Atmoplane? That's something I think she learned from Karen B, who is probably just as stupid as this one. By the way, go check out my other channel, Karen B's on Camp Bush. It's funny.
inside of. It is controlled. It has winds. It has different
Yeah,
systems.
wind,
And here,
different
lower to the
systems,
ground, obviously, we've got trees and mountains, buildings, different things that can shift winds and
different things that the molecules can bounce off of and create pressure. Are you this stupid? Yes, you are.
shift the air. But air expands in all directions, and the reason that there is a lower pressure up high or all the way up high above where we can see is because there is no interaction for the air to go.
What the hell is she looking at? Look at her eyes dart around. And I mean, she's not reading the script. She's just regurgitating shit she's learned from flatard school. Oh, God.
Through like trees or anything. There are no obstacles for it. Also, the air is produced at ground level. Gases are produced from the ground up. So everything spreads out as far as it can. Obviously, denser air does stay at the or heavier air is lower than the lighter air.
You just said that gas expands in all directions. Why isn't it going to the top of your container? And by the way, this is a great this is a great screenshot of this moron. She looks like she's half dead. She might as well be. She thinks the earth is flat.
But the reason that there is a so-called they
Ugh.
like to call it a near vacuum up at the top is because there is not that obstruction up at the top. There are no trees, there are no mountains above.
No obstructions at the top. You just said there was a firmament. A dome. You think you live in a snow globe. Oh boy, look at those lips too. Hey guys, calm yourself down.
To interfere with them. And it's just a controlled container. It's a controlled
Controlled
system.
container. Nobody knows what that
Doesn't mean
means.
that we don't have a container because, like I said, you can't have a pressure gradient without pressure in the first place. You have to have gas pressure to start with, and the only way that you can have gas pressure is if you have walls of a container that the gas.
Yeah, what walls? Where are these walls? If I'm living in Florida or North Carolina, Where are the walls bouncing off the container? Like I said, the ideal gas law means if the volume is fixed, which it would be if we have a dome, the pressure would go up with the temperature. We don't see that on Earth. Ever. Show me where this ever happens. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite. When the pressure goes up, the molecules fly away and move a little faster, and the pressure decreases. She's just a religious nut who I think's her Bible says it's flat Earth, so she's going with that.
Gases are pressing against to create that pressure. So hopefully that
Sure.
helps you understand how we can have a pressure gradient without any walls between the higher and lower pressures. Just know that to have pressure
Props to her. She didn't edit this video. She just hit record and she said a lot of stupid. And she caught herself right there going, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. And she just kept on rolling. What else you got, honey?
at all, it definitely, the antecedent is to have a
Antecedent.
container. The container. Okay? Well, hopefully that helps someone. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time.
Thank you, honey. You're a complete moron.